Welcome to Amber in the Kitchen. Today we are going to be making banana bread for the fall, and I had some extra bananas. So I love making my grandmother's banana bread recipe, so I will be sharing that with you guys today. Check the description below for measurements and all that. All right, we're gonna focus in on our bowl. Whoop. Oh dear, here we go. All right, there's our bowl. We're going to start by mashing our bananas. If you have a hand mixer, you can do this in a separate bowl if you like, and then cream your butter and sugar together before you add your bananas. But in all honesty, I have done this the correct way and the I don't care today way, and it always turns out okay. So bananas. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my butter in here as well before I start mashing. And then we mash our bananas with our butter. So we don't get any overly large chunks, and we don't want to have like any pockets of butter either. We want that to get incorporated really well. I think that looks wonderful. We're going to add our sugar next. Okay. There we go. Let me get my spatula for scraping down the sides. When you're baking, it's important to continue to scrape down the sides occasionally, just to make sure you don't get any pockets of things building up on the bottom that aren't getting incorporated into the rest of your recipe. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and add our eggs. These are room temperature, but you don't have to have room temperature eggs. I do highly recommend having room temperature butter in this recipe. It helps a lot. You want to make sure that that egg white and the egg yolk really gets broken up and spread throughout your recipe. So what I do is I will check with my spatula and make sure I don't see any clear pockets of egg white or bright yellow yolk, and I think we're good on that. Also, another thing you can do to help make sure that you don't get a pocket of egg is to pre-beat the eggs before adding them in. All right, and then here I am doing two versions of this recipe. I have already baked my standard version, and now I'm going to be trying this Paleo baking mix from Bob's Red Mill. So in here I just have 1 for 1. I didn't change anything, so wish me luck, guys. We're doing an experiment today. We're gonna see if this works well or not. I was kind of trying to find out more about baking soda and baking powder, because I've noticed a lot of gluten-free recipes call for baking powder over baking soda, more so than wheat flour recipes. So I was looking into it a bit more, and baking soda is just that what it is. It's the baking bicarbonate. So you have to add an acid to the recipe to activate it, and then baking powder gets activated when you add your liquid, and then again when you bake it. So I guess that's why it's called double acting baking powder. But this recipe calls for soda, baking soda. And I thought about subbing it for baking powder, but I decided against it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. But this is a loose batter consistency. We are done mixing. That's all of our ingredients. So you can tell it's nice loose batter. And it is what it is. I'm going to scrape my paddle down, and then I'm going to use my scoop portioner to make mini muffins with this. Now, if you decide to do a banana loaf, a bread loaf, this recipe will take like a solid hour in the oven at 375. But I just did the mini muffins with the regular wheat gluten flour, and it took me right about 15 minutes to bake. All right, so again, we're gonna scrape our sides, make sure we don't have any pockets of flour down there. And we are good. Okay, and then I have my pre-papered mini cups. Whoops, I lost one. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna move the bowl over here and kind of get this guy situated for you. All right, we're gonna pull it up. When doing the baking cups, balance with your fingers on the edges, because especially like my cups are a little big for the container, the pan that I'm making them in, and they like to flip on me. So you got to be careful with that. Okay, so that's my grandmother's recipe. I will come back when these are done out of the oven. They should be a nice dark brown color. Actually, let me grab you guys one of these regular ones that I made already. So this is what the regular recipe turns out. It's a nice dark brown, and then when you open it up, it's nice and moist. The crumb is good. You see those dark lines in there? That's the banana. And it's just so delicious and simple to make. One of my favorite things to do with my extra bananas. We will be back soon with our end results and a taste comparison between the Paleo gluten-free and the regular standard recipe. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be right back.